Hey everyone, Jennifer DeClaire here, the Bar Exam Mentor, coming to you live to teach a short and condensed talk on the confidence you need to pass the bar exam. A lot of bar exam takers cite lack of confidence walking into the bar exam as the number one big thing that keeps them from doing well. Is that you? If you can relate, let me know in the comments. What exactly is it that trips you up? How do you think having some more confidence would help you out? I love you all showing up here to watch. Hey Heidi, hey Laura. So needing confidence is something that we all know that we need. If you've ever experienced walking into the bar exam or standing up to give an argument or even answering questions in class, you know that having confidence is critical. However, we don't know how to get that, right? We can manufacture it with some self-help books or watching motivational YouTube videos or something like that, but that doesn't last when the rubber meets the road, especially when you're in a situation where you're all alone. It's just you. Nobody's walking into that bar exam hall with you, or even if they are, you're sitting at your table by yourself, right? You need to be able to conjure up the concept of you who is confident, easy breezy, doing what needs to be done. Let me dispel a myth for you. That confidence does not come from having your information down packed. I've known the most anal retentive people, the most type A people who drill the information into themselves so much out of a lack of confidence, thinking that following that path would help them be confident, and it didn't. They just ended up very tired, worn out, feeling scared, anxious, and alone, because to do all that work they needed to isolate, and so they feel terribly. And if you're studying in this way, it's not healthy. Please stick around for the registration to a December iteration of the Best Bar Study Plan Challenge that I'm hosting. We've done it twice already for the February 2020 bar. It's high in demand, and so I'm launching it again in December. If you know that you've been studying the wrong way, if your learning retention sucks, you're not able to keep information in your head, much less follow the strategies and the tips that you've learned, then definitely sign up to join in the challenge so that you can learn the right way for you, specifically you, to study so that you can retain the information and bring it up confidently on bar exam day. Now, if you have a lack of confidence for the bar exam, I want you to stop for a minute and think whether that lack of confidence doesn't also blanket other areas of your life. And do you think that lack of confidence might not affect your practice as an attorney? One trend I've seen, a common trend I've seen across the board, is that the things that people struggle with on the bar exam, they also struggle with later in their attorney life if they did not handle it or at least become aware of it at the bar exam stage. If your lack of self-trust causes you to, play, eeny, meeny, miny, mo with your multiple choice questions, that same lack of self-trust is going to plague you while you're trying to handle people's cases, right? You're going to have a lack of decision-making ability and a fear of making the wrong choice and a fear of the consequences thereof, right? And you'll struggle with that. Lack of confidence for the bar exam, same thing. And it affects you in other areas. So what do? Well, in the programs, when I work with you, I walk with you, through how to do this. And I'm going to give you the best kind of synopsis of how to take care of this confidence issue here during this free training. And hopefully you'll have the opportunity to dive deeper, whether on a phone call with me. I do offer one-on-one calls, and I'll put a link for that below after this live is over, or also in one of my group programs, right? Or the private programs. Either way, see if you can get for yourself that deep dive that applies this advice to your life specifically, where you get the hand holding and the help to really see through your own transformation, your confidence transformation. But this is what you need to do in order to build your confidence. It's not the whole read a book. Hey Paulette, it's not listening to positive messages on YouTube. Those things help, but they're not going to give you the change that you need. To get the change you need, you have to go to the source. The source of the lack of confidence and the fear is in your mind. It's the self-speak, what you're saying to yourself. Positive affirmations alone will not work because the self-speak has been going on automatic forever. It's been going on forever, and it's been years of almost what you call a self-hypnosis. So for you to actually change that, you have to go a little bit deeper. You have to go to the training tool of the mind. And the training tool of the mind is visualization. I wish that I passed out a handout with fill in the blanks like they do for the when you're studying for the bar exam, you listening to the lectures and you're filling out those fill in the blanks, because this is very important information. But the training tool of the mind is visualization, and a lot of us are not familiar with it. But if you look at athletes who excel, if you look at golfers, if you read the book Cybernetics, or you listen to it, I'm just saying it's free on YouTube, the audio version. But if you just take in that information, you will understand that what you do with your mind, your self does not understand the difference between it happening only in your mind versus you physically doing it. So using that scientific information, and to keep this training condensed, I'm not going to dive into the science of it, but if you want to understand how visualization works, I mean, it's been spoken about for years. Read the book or listen to it on YouTube for free, just throwing it out there, Cybernetics, and it will tell you the background and the science and lots of real life stories from real life people on how visualization works. But the shortcut, the fun and easy way to become confident is to see yourself as such. So who is the person that walks out of the bar exam hall on day 1 and day 2 feeling completely confident and good about your exam? And see yourself as the person who is going through the entire 2 months that you're waiting for your scores to come out completely cool as a cucumber, knowing that all is well. And then see yourself as that person who pops open the computer to look at whether you're showing up on the pass list, and you find your name proudly displayed on the pass list. And lie down in your bed, sit down in your easy chair, pop on some meditation music. I like to look up meditation music on YouTube and just use, a 10-minute thing. And take a minute to really envision yourself, imagine yourself as that person. You don't have to think about how you're going to get there, why you're going to get there, how did it actually happen, is it really true? None of those questions need concern you during your visualization session. Simply see yourself as celebrating about your bar exam pass, hugging the person next to you who's sitting there with you looking it up, right? You've seen those videos on YouTube and flying across the internet. Well, envision yourself in one of those videos. See yourself being that person. Be that person. And do it over and over again. And if it's something you really want, it won't be hard for you to do it. If you really desire it, then you will find your mind drifting to that easily throughout the day. It's that simple. Now, if you have a hard time visualizing it, now we're talking a mindset block. It's easy to repeatedly visualize the thing that you really, really want. So if for some reason there's a piece of you that is afraid of what happens on the other side of the bar exam, afraid of practicing law as an attorney, doesn't want to have the kind of life that attorneys have, or any of the number of reasons that I've discovered with people that hold them back from passing the bar, if there's a piece of you that's hung up on that, you will find it more difficult to visualize about passing the bar because a part of you doesn't really want it. So it's so important to troubleshoot and make sure that if you attempt to implement this tool of visualization in order to infuse yourself with the confidence And you can use this for anything. If you are needing to present at a workshop, if you're needing to argue a case, if you're needing to do your student attorney work and you need to adopt confidence, you can see yourself in that role, or better yet, fast forward to the end of it and see yourself being congratulated, see yourself being thanked, see yourself getting that end result that assumes that you already did that thing that you were not confident about. Okay, so when you visualize, you want to skip to the end and dwell in that end, right? A short example, I wanted to move somewhere and I thought, okay, moving there is going to be a nightmare. It's going to be far away from people I know and love. It's going to be a lot of work to make this long distance move, all these pieces that go into it, and is it even really the right move to make, and all that stuff. But I knew that the end goal was something I wanted. The end goal of me being in this new location and feeling the wonder and the beauty of this new city and all of that, I wanted that end goal. So what did I do? I put my mind at the end, and I repeatedly visualized me waking up in the morning and brewing my coffee in this new location, like doing my daily routine in this new location and just loving it. And repeatedly doing that, which was easy to do because that's the thing that I wanted, was to be there, made everything that happened in between to get me there cake, easy, flowy. And that's how visualization works. It's a real tool, it's effective, and it makes it seem like the work to get there was effortless. So if you need to infuse yourself with confidence for the bar exam or for anything else, think about the end result, that end thing that you really want, and then let your mind drift to there repeatedly and just bask in the good feeling of having obtained that end goal. Now, if you have trouble doing that, as I stated before, it could be there's a piece of you that doesn't want that end goal. It could be that something about that end goal is unappealing to you, and therefore you're pumping your brakes and holding back. And if that's so, a deep dive mindset session is in order. You need to do whatever it takes to get, one-on-one help to lift the hood of that car and see what in there is clunking around and holding you back or tripping you up. So it's a telltale sign that you have a mindset thing. If when you try to visualize the end of this goal that you say you want, you have trouble going there, or it's distasteful, you're turned off to it, or you're putting off your visualization sessions. All of these things are resistance, and it's your number one symptom that something is wrong, and it's time to dig deeper. So I leave you with that. This is a quick and easy tool to build confidence for your big day and really for any goal that you're trying to meet. See yourself as that confident person when it's all said and done. See yourself feeling good. Do that repeatedly, and you will, in fact, obtain that. That's what I've got for you. If you have any comments, questions, follow-up concerns, talk with me in the comments, and I'll be sure to follow up with you and complete this lesson for you in your mind so that you can go ahead and apply it starting today. Thanks for watching and listening with me. Bye-bye for now.